everybody? I'm Vince Duval with the Eagle Hopes team here on the Eagles Nest podcast.
And I'm Brad Brewer, and we're here to kick off 2025 on a high note.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, whether you're looking to buy or sell or simply crush your goals this year, of course, because we say to buy and sell because we do real estate, of course, but we're also about personal growth, just and generally kicking ass. So
Yeah.
That's pretty much what this episode's about.
I love kicking ass.
In a good way, not a fighting way. Unless we have to.
Yeah, we know starting the year off can be kind of exciting, but can also feel overwhelming, right? Especially if you're coming out of a funk or, just a down year, whatever it might have been. So today we're going to break down some things, 10 powerful strategies to help you reset, refocus, and crush 2025.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. These tips are not just for real estate professionals. This is for anybody. Honestly, a lot of these goals and things we're going to go through and stuff that I'm focused on right now has I think you fix your mind, you fix your body, you have good thoughts. Your work and personal life, I think, can align and come together no matter what challenges pop up. I think that's been stuff that's been kind of keeping me down lately, and I'm pretty excited to enter the year with a fresh new mindset.
Nice. So, all right, let's get started then. Strategy one, reflect and reset on 2024. It might not have gone the way you planned. That's okay. The key is take stock of what worked, what didn't work, and build on that.
Absolutely. One of the things you could do is journaling. I know it's becoming, I think, more and more popular. I think if it was 1985, we'd say a diary.
Yeah.
But it's more journaling, just kind of putting down pen to paper your thoughts. You techies out there, feel free to continue to type those. I think there's something about writing them out though.
Yeah.
My chicken scratch handwriting though, I may not be able to read it back, but but just grab a piece of paper, write down 3 things that just went really well last year, things that maybe you could say didn't go well, or things you just wanted to have done differently. But that's a great tip to kind of how to start that reflect and reset process.
Yeah, I love it. And remember, setbacks aren't failures, right?
Right.
They're just lessons in disguise.
Yeah.
So ask yourself, what can you take from from those experiences to make 2025 the best year ever, right? So yeah, just continue to build on it. Just remember, they're not, you're not defeated.
Yeah, I think that's I'm glad that was one, because I think that's just the best way to start is no matter what's going on, just something to do to clear the mind.
Yeah.
I love the journaling thing. That's funny, by the way, because one of our friends on a text message mentioned that to me this morning. By the way, this
podcast setup was set up before.
I had no knowledge of that. That was done before he said that. So
all right.
It's kind of ironic he put that out there. So.
That is.
All right. Number 2, set clear and intentional goals. We've talked about some of this in goal setting before, but
yeah,
when you're set clear and intentional goals, I cannot stress enough, if you don't know where you're going, how we get there. So be very, very determined and how you're doing it.
Exactly. I mean, I came from corporate America prior to getting into real estate and having fun with this, but we talked about SMART goals all the time. And I'm not saying like smart is in you're a smart aleck, right? Or be smart about it.
Mm-hmm.
It stands for 5 specific things: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Okay. I personally break down things into 12 weeks at a time, because it's a lot easier to focus on 12 weeks, reset, and build on that, right?
Yep.
If you say, hey, I'm going to close 12 transactions by the end of the year, well, how the heck are you going to get there? You want to grow your business. How are you going to get there? So set those SMART goals so that you can ideally achieve them by then, whatever it might be, whatever that time frame is, right?
Yeah. And like Vince mentioned, don't forget to break them down into the smaller sections is huge. His 12-week thing is based on a book called The 12-Week Year, which if you haven't read that book, I've read it once. Honestly, I don't think I think I was probably distracted with other thoughts when I was reading that book. Or a lot of times what happens is, especially those types of books, they get you thinking.
Yeah.
You start going down rabbit holes and start doing stuff. I really just wanted to go back through and just read that book and then kind of use it to break down my goals into smaller sections. I pretty much have them done already. There's a couple tweaks. In fact, I'm sitting down with you on my marketing stuff this week.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Vince is our marketing guru on the team. So He's gonna help me really break down my marketing strategies for this year, but getting it down into simple little tasks. And then for 12 weeks, I even have exactly what I'm gonna do every day. Try to achieve my goals.
That's awesome. Yeah, progress builds momentum. Now let's talk about that morning routine. Mornings are a solid morning routine can set the tone for the entire day. And even Mondays, if you are a Monday through Friday person, Monday can set that tone for the whole week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yeah, for me, absolutely, it's for me, it's about movement, mindfulness, and focus. And I've told people for years, when I've got a morning routine, if I get up and get it done, it's really sets a positive stage. I feel like those days I get my morning routine done, everything else gets done more efficiently.
yeah.
Where it's like, don't start my morning routine, I feel like I'm always catching up. So I think the morning routine is huge, huge start to your day. And it's not all business. A lot of my morning routine is personal stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like I said.
Yeah. I'm all about avoiding distractions in the morning. So like it's no emails, no social media. Instead, what I do is I'll write down 3 things that I want to accomplish for the day. And then to me, that makes a huge difference. Just sets that mindset and builds that morning routine that, okay, these are my 3 focuses for today. And I'll tell you guys, keep it simple, right? For those that don't know KISS, they say keep it simple, silly, keep it simple, stupid, whatever you want to be. It's KISS method, right? So we got SMART, we have KISS. So SMART KISS. Yeah, sorry.
No.
Rabbit hole.
Have rabbit holes happen. No, I kind of might go down a little rabbit hole here too. Like my morning routine that I've set for this year is get up, stretch, get the body moving first. Then kind of maybe counterproductive. I might switch this order. Speaking of journaling, mine's gonna be sit down and read for 15 minutes, read whatever book I'm reading. Might be 12-week year here pretty soon. And then journal for 15 minutes. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like to, I'm probably 99% paperless person in both my personal and my work world. So I don't know if I'm gonna type or not. I don't think it really matters to me, but part of me wants to put that pen to paper.
Yeah.
So I might just go out and get a notebook and do it that way. But it's gonna be that and then go work out, get physical, get the body moving, get that at least 30. My goals at least 30, but my real, if I was gonna say stretch goal, would be 45 to 60 minutes of a good solid workout and working on the body.
Yeah.
And then just start focusing on the work day and those types of goals. So that's kind of been that's the morning routine I've got set for this year.
Yeah, and then I think what key is to embrace action. Okay, if you are not embracing action, and I'm not talking perfection, I'm talking action.
Yeah.
That's a huge one, especially in our line of work. Like you need to start moving the needle forward. You can't try to perfect everything.
And I think that's a good point to my comment on like the workout, like, all right, at least 30 minutes. So if you have one of those days, don't let just one little thing, a 15-minute delay, and then say, well, I can't get my 45 minutes in a day, so forget it.
Right.
Especially you get someone with 2 dogs, they don't dictate sometimes how your day always starts. Like little kids, like small kids, right? So at least like, even if it's only 15 minutes, at least if I can say, well, I went and got 15 minutes in. Maybe I can get that 15 minutes somewhere else in the day. If I don't, at least I did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 4, oh, sorry.
Yeah. So if you're scared to start something new, just take the first step, right? Like if it's going to the gym, if it is getting up 15 minutes earlier, just do it once. And let me tell you, your mindset is really going to change when you start to do it one time. You'll learn to adjust, you'll grow. Remember, something done is better than perfect.
Yeah, and definitely, and this is something that I do a lot, and Vince calls me out on, especially in work. I overthink things. I'm like, well, what about this? And I start going down rabbit holes. If this, then that. Just in this stuff, just take action.
Yeah.
You can track it, measure it, adjust it later, but just take the action that you've got set. Our number 5, surround yourself with growth-oriented people. I'm a big fan of this, and I think this is one thing I know I've already done, in my opinion, a good job at in the last several years, is if you're negative, I'm not gonna just, maybe I won't call you out, but I will phase you out of my life.
Yeah.
I want more positive attitude, positive thinking. We demonize ourselves enough. We get down on
Personally, yeah,
ourselves enough. We get in our own little pity parties. We don't need people adding to that. You got to keep people in your life that are super positive.
Yeah, and I that's exactly it. I think in our team, that's one of the things I'm proud of with our team.
Mhm.
The core group people we have, the group people that have joined our team, even over the last month, they're about lifting each other up. They're about supporting, pushing each other for success. And if you're around those type of people, it'll inspire you naturally to elevate your game and be a better person, better at what you do on your daily life. So it is all about surround yourself with the right group of people.
Absolutely. And by the way, we are blowing through this today. So
Yeah, we're getting done early. That's all right. It's fun.
it's all good. I think we're gonna go back on some of these things. Anyway, I think too, as far as the growth rate, I'm gonna pause on this for a second. I think it's important to be aware too. I try to be aware of how I am. You mentioned a team, that's great. I try to, no matter what's going on, if I'm not having the greatest day, but when I'm around our team, they don't need that. So I try to be very aware of like, all right, I'm not having the best day, but I cannot portray that. So I'm gonna put on my happy face, be excited and enthused about maybe something they're doing.
Yeah.
Or Vince says something great, but like, get excited when he tells us something about girls volleyball, which is usually entertaining in some format. Get excited about that. That can actually help. To me, that helps me personally too. I think it can help you personally. That just go ahead and enjoy what someone else has got going on. It may help you pull yourself mentally out of that little funk you're in. So I think those are great.
Yeah, and I'd say finally let's celebrate wins and practice gratitude. Okay. It's easy to gel, focus on the next goal. And don't forget to enjoy the journey, right? Like it's easy, it's just really easy to forget those opportunities. But so focus on those wins, practice gratitude, and enjoy the journey as you're going along.
Absolutely. I don't think and I'm definitely guilty of this. I don't think we celebrate small victories enough.
Well, I agree.
It could be little things. If my goal is to contact 10 of my past clients today, I should stop for a moment once I do that and reward myself. This is tough because people are busy. Not everybody answers the phone. I love getting, following up with people that I've done business with, that have purchased homes through me or sold homes through me, and just not even to talk about real estate, just to check in and see how life's going, because you get to know people during that process. So I think that's one thing I'm gonna probably, especially when I'm journaling this year, is write down every single day some small victory. Could have the worst day in the world. What's that one little small victory? Hopefully it's more than one, but what's that one little small victory that happened that day? To keep it positive and keep that mindset right.
I mean, it could be the simple things like I pre-ordered I meal planned for the week, right? That's a victory. That's huge because not everybody, you just can't pull those things off. It's the simple habits that make a big impact. And one of the things we're grateful for is those that tune in, watch our show, and maybe go back and watch it on YouTube, whatever it might be. It's those simple habits. Like maybe you can't tune in today, but you take time to go and watch it on YouTube or go back to Facebook and watch it later. So it's things like that we're grateful for.
So those are the 6 that we kind of wanted to highlight today. Kind of want to go a little deeper in some of these. We've got some time here.
Let's talk about our goals.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, I'm going to pull my phone up here because I actually got them wrote down. So I want to share, what and we're talking about, we're going to keep this simple over the next, we're doing basically an 8-week challenge.
Yeah.
3 of us. And it's what I have is exercise 5 days a week. Now, these are personal goals, personal health goals more than anything else.
Yeah.
Because I truly feel that if you are in the right physical mind, if you're in the right physical mindset, it's going to help with your work mindset, your health mindset, all those good things. So
absolutely,
it's exercise 5 days a week with the 6th day getting 10,000 steps. Saturdays and Sundays are tough in our business as we're out doing showings, whatever it might be. And then I have kids in sports. So 10,000 steps on a Saturday or Sunday can be very relative and easy to do. 120 ounces of water a day.
Okay. I like that.
It's not, it's basically 4.5 of these things. So I don't know if I brought it in the screen or not. 4.5 of those things. meal plan every week. So I kid you guys not, if you don't use Chat GPT and you haven't tried it, I threw into Chat GPT, write a 5 day meal plan for dinner, because that's when I'm home and I gotta worry about the family. 5 day meal plan for dinner, and then give me a shopping list. Chat GPT did that for me. I threw that list into Pick and Save, because we got Pick and Save right down the road from here. And I am picking it up between 1 and 2 today.
That's awesome.
I will tell you, shopping online, doing that type of shopping is going to save me also money, because I'm not walking through the store going, oh, chips and guacamole, yeah, So I probably missed the boat a little bit is on those healthy snacks,
Yeah.
but I'll figure that part out.
You should probably do, keep on I want you to finish your
Yeah,
goals.
and then golf swings 3 times, or actually it's 5 times a week. Sauna 3 times a week, 15 minutes each time, and then a cold shower 5 times a week. If you guys have never tried a cold shower, at the end of your shower, I challenge you to this: 1 minute, turn it as cold as you can tolerate, and you'll turn it cold, and you'll be like, I think I can go a little colder. Turn it as cold as you can tolerate, and try to stand there for 1 minute. It revives you.
It does revive you.
It gets the blood flowing. It's like you step out, you're a little chilly. You're like, whoa, I am awake now.
I used to do that at the wellness center.
Uh-huh.
I used to do that, except with the tub.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you're in a hot tub, which is 100 and whatever degrees, and then you go over to the pool,
Yep.
which is 80 degrees.
It's
a difference.
It's a difference.
And it's a shock. And I remember I used to get out. I just jump in and swim back to the thing, and then kind of sit there for a second on the edge. Then I climb out, and I'd be rejuvenated.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And then the last two is EFD. It's a movement that we do in golf, but it's every friggin' day is what it stands for. But you do these stretches and just mobility work. But doing EFD every day, and then journaling and reading. Journal and read sometimes a week. Now, I don't necessarily read, so I do audiobooks.
Yeah.
I'm in the car a lot, so it gives me a chance to kind of keep my mind from wandering and staying focused while I'm driving. So those are my health goals for this, for the next 8 weeks. We're gonna see how we do. We got a financial bet on it, so we'll see where it goes. How about you?
I'll try and real quickly, EFD, of course, with being the golf. Part of that for me too is, which stretches help with that. And key to a good golf swing is a lot of times it's that core strength. So
Yeah.
Core strength is part of my focus with just my workouts anyway. But the journaling you mentioned, I'll just hit those 2 right away. Golf swings, I've got a golf swing goal, 5 days a week. I might up that to 6, but I think I'm gonna stick with 5, because I really want to focus a little differently this year on actually, in our career, especially as agents, we work a lot on weekends.
Yep.
We may get to have some, we have the ability, and I think it's a privilege. Like if your kids have something I enjoyed this when my daughter was in your kid's age, and when I was in real estate, is I didn't miss things. I didn't miss school events. I was able to take them places because I could work my schedule. But you're doing that during the week, but we also work weekends a lot. Saturdays. Yeah. I mean, I was doing showings yesterday. I think you were.
Yep.
I know Saturday and I think both
Saturday
yesterday.
and yesterday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday I had showings.
So trying to focus on the weekends, just enjoying time with my wife, family, or friends and stuff like that. So that's what I think I'm gonna limit to the 5. Otherwise, get up. I already said it. The read and journal 15 and 15.
Yeah.
Workout wise, 5 days a week. The goal is going to be at least 45 minutes, but if I get 30 minutes in, I'm counting it, because it's getting it done. And then I think that was pretty much it as far as the health stuff. Oh, and then portion control. I can eat, typically my body, I can eat, I don't have to carb restrict myself, stuff like that. Portion control. I'm doing some using ChatGPT, of course. What are the proper portions for my height and what my weight goal is?
Yeah.
To say, all right, how much, if I'm having this, how much should I eat?
Right. Or how many calories should I take?
How many calories? It's more calorie counting. That's pretty much what like Jenny Craig.
Yeah.
It's a great program. Jenny Craig is actually a really good program, because you can eat whatever you want. You can have the dessert, but you get, it's counting the calories.
Yeah.
Might be the only thing you're eating for that meal, depending on what the dessert is. Or again, small sizes. If you got a cookie sitting there, do you have to eat the whole cookie? Can you just eat half the cookie? Or
Hell
quarter of the
no,
cookie?
you can't.
It's very hard, but that's so being disciplined to do these things, it's always
It's
tough at first.
it's a mindset, right?
Yeah.
It really is a mindset for those that, want to have that discipline. Those that have addictive personalities, it's a lot easier for them. Those that don't have addictive personalities, it's a little more of a challenge to set that mindset. I'm going to do X, Y, Z today. And remember, people, start small, okay?
Absolutely.
You do not need to go into and, say, hey, I'm going to go from eating 5,000 calories to 3,000 calories because that's what ChatGPT told me to do. I'd say, hey, this week I'm going to go from 5,000 to 4,000. Next week, 4,000 to 3,500, 3,500 down to 3,000, right? Small steps, or understand where those things come from. So
I think too, I didn't put this in my goals this time. We had it in previous times we did this, was limiting the amount of alcohol
yeah,
you drink,
Yeah.
X number of drinks. I thought it was smarter because, I mean, if you say, well, I'm only gonna, depending on the type of person you are, right? I'm actually not a big drinker to begin with, but if you say, well, I'm only gonna drink 2 days a week, some people set that goal, well, they'll really hit it hard.
Yeah.
2 days a week, you can kind of cancel some out, so. I haven't done it, I don't know if I'll do it, but maybe X number of drinks per week. That's always an easy one for me, like I said, I'm not really a big drinker. I mean, golf season, the beers get a little.
Yeah.
But I'm usually sweating those off too at the same time, but, so, yeah, I think that's pretty much it, and then, I've got a very structured work goal. We have this thing called Smart Lists, kind of help us identify who should we be reaching out to, who should we be connecting with, things like that. So I definitely want to get through my Smart List goals every day. I mentioned this earlier. My goal is to talk to 10 of my past clients or just my sphere, people I know. I think more not for to talk real estate, but more just I think it's really cool just engaging people.
Yeah.
I've always been one of those people that I'll just engage a stranger at a supermarket or whatever. Because I find people fascinating and their thought process and just how different people do things. So I just want to reach out and engage people and do a much better job than I've probably ever done at that. Get all my tasks completed. That's a big one because I have a double. My grandfather used to say, if you get all your to-do list done each day, you're not doing your job because you haven't set your goals high.
Right.
So I'm a little torn on that one. It's like complete tasks, but I have to remember my tasks are also, I guess, complete all the definitely urgent ones, but stretch yourself too. So I'm a little, I don't know what's the phrase,
Don't know which way to go.
torn on which way to go. That I'm keeping this complete task because that's gonna be the goal. But there's likelihood I will say, all right, these aren't done. Can I move these?
Yeah.
Because eventually at some point you gotta turn it down. And then one thing I did not do, I did a good job last year, not last year, 2023, and part of this year very early. I've not done a good job with is going back to, I used to set the last appointment of every day with myself.
Hmm.
For
Okay.
1 hour, wrap up my notes, take those tasks. All right, this isn't done. Do I need to make that call real quick or complete this? Or can I put that to the next day? A lot of times I would find, you know what, this doesn't need to be done for a couple days. This is actually not important.
Right.
Kind of a recap with yourself on your day. It sure does help you start the next day, like with just a clear mind of like what I have to do.
Yeah.
Also gives me that little comfortness too when you do that. It's our morning routines have nothing to do with work. Once I do start it, it's not like, oh, what do I have to do now? It's very clear. Like, because I know from last night, so the only thing new should be an email, a text, or a phone call that came in after whatever time I stopped working.
Right. So yeah, remember, success isn't about being perfect. Right. It's about showing up, it's taking action and learning along the way. If you found value in this episode, share it.
Yeah,
right.
please.
Please feel free to share with your friend, and don't forget to subscribe.
And we love put in the comments as you see this. If you end up watching this through YouTube, reach out to us. We love hearing, and we're definitely not perfect. These are our goals. I'm sure we'll change them up throughout the year. Would love to hear about yours if you're willing to share them with us.
Yeah, throw it in the comments.
Be an accountability partner. Maybe one of us will sign up to be that.
I have a lot of accountability partners
I
right
do
now.
too.
Or people that are holding me accountable or want me to be their accountability partner. Yeah. So
Vice versa.
here's to a phenomenal 2025, everyone. I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next week, same time, same bad channel. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.